Today, for lunch, we're going to create a creamy lemon butter chicken, and we're going to set down just a little bit of linguine. Our butter chicken here is only going to have about 6 grams of carbohydrates, our linguine 22, so only about 30. That leaves you enough for some dessert later on. What we've started to do, we've got our oven, we're preheating it to 400 degrees, and we've got a skillet, cast iron skillet, we've got it heating up. We've got 2 of our chicken quarters here. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of lemon pepper. I'm just going to take that and sprinkle it and put it on our chicken. We've taken our chicken, it is of course defrosted, and we've patted it dry. A little bit of that lemon flavor on both sides. Okay. And we're going to take some salt. We're going to do the same thing, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. Luckily I have this little piece of paper here, so I'm not making too big of a mess. We'll start on the other side here. Just sprinkle that salt on top. We're going to press that down. Make it nice and easy. Over here, I'm going to pull our chicken down. I've got my skillet already. It started to heat it up. I got 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to drop in that skillet, and we're going to get it nice and hot. And I'm impatient sometimes, so I kind of push it down the butter to help a little bit. And since that butter is nice and hot, see it bubbling? I'm going ahead and take my chicken quarters. I'm going to put it skin side down. Put it on both sides. I'm going to cook this about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. You want to give it a nice golden brown and just a little bit of crispiness. Alright, that's golden brown. We got just a little bit of tar on that, which is great. That smells great. We're going to cook it for another 2 or 3 minutes on this side. We're going to set it off to the side. Alright, let's check that side. It's looking pretty good. We're going to go ahead and take these chicken breasts out, set them on a pan. In our skillet here, we're going to add 1 more tablespoon of butter. And we're going to add 3 garlic cloves that we've already diced up. And we're going to cook that for just a minute or 2. We just want to bring out the flavor of that garlic. It's like maybe just a little bit less than that. We don't want our garlic to burn, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Add 1/2 cup of chicken stock. One-4 cup of lemon juice. One cup of heavy whipping cream. You know it's got to be good if it's got heavy whipping cream in it. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of fresh thyme, leaves only. And we're going to add 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I'm going to guess there. And if you go a little bit over on the cheese, that'll probably be okay. Just going to give that a nice mix. And we're going to cook this for 3 or 4 minutes. We want this to reduce just a little bit and for those flavors to meld together to make a nice cream sauce. This recipe doesn't have a lot of items in it, but it's got a lot of flavor. Lemon, butter, cream. We use the chicken quarters, and the quarters are pretty large. So if you want to use chicken thighs, you can do that. Or if you want to take those chicken quarters, I'm going to turn this down. Now that's to a boil. I'm going to drop it down to low because I want this to simmer for roughly 5 minutes to reduce a little bit. But if you want to, like I said earlier, if you want to use a smaller piece of chicken, use your chicken thighs. Or if you want, you can take the quarters and cut them in half. I'm just going to stir this while it reduces in heat. concentrate that flavor just a little bit. For our noodles, we've estimated that we're going to do about 2 ounces of noodles per person. That's a standard serving. That should go great with our chicken here. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Alright, to that, we're going to add 5 ounces of baby spinach. Now on our baby spinach, we are just going to cook it until it's wilted. We're not going to cook, but we don't want to cook it all the way. I'd say halfway until it's wilted. We're just going to finish wilting in the oven. So I'm going to take that, toss that in. And see, as you can tell, it begins to wilt pretty fast. So not a bunch. Once that begins to wilt down, we're going to take our chicken quarters. I get my tongs underneath there. Place those back into our sauce. We will make sure it is skin side up. We want that crispy skin. Looks delicious. I'm going to grab a towel. Our oven is set at 400 degrees, and we're going to place this into our oven for 25 to 35 minutes until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees. Alright, it's been our 25 minutes. Look at that. That looks absolutely delicious. Alright, we're going to take our plate over here. We're going to twirl up some of our pasta. We're only using like 2 ounces. Oh, Mom knows I'm going to make a mess. Actually, 2 ounces is pretty much going to fill that plate. We're going to top it with the chicken there. Take a little bit of sauce with the spinach. That sauce on top. We're going to add just a little bit, sprinkling a little bit more Parmesan cheese. Top. Going to place a couple of lemon slices just in case you want to add just a little bit more of a lemon squeeze to it. And then just sprinkle just a little bit more of the fresh thyme on top. And there we have it. We have a lemon butter chicken with pasta. That's only going to be about 28 to 30 grams of carbohydrates. Be full of flavor, and this is going to be a full meal.